Unit 4, Lesson 13, Rectangles with Fractional Side Lengths. Number 1. Find the unknown side length of the rectangle if its area is 11 meters squared. Show your reasoning. 11 divided by 3 2/3 is the same as 11 divided by 11/3, and 11 times 3/11. 11 times 3/11 is 33/11 or 3. The missing side length is 3 meters. B. Check your answer by multiplying it by the given side length, 3 2/3. Is the resulting product 11? If not, revisit your work for the first question. 3 times 3 2/3 is the same as 3 times 11/3, and that equals 33/3. And 33/3, or 33 divided by 3, equals 11. So yes, the product is 11. Number 2. A worker is tiling the floor of a rectangular room that is 12 feet by 15 feet. The tiles are square with side lengths of 1 1/3 feet. How many tiles are needed to cover the entire floor? Show your reasoning. 12 feet times 15 feet equals 180 feet squared. The area of the tile is 16/9, so 180 divided by 16/9, or 180 over 1 divided by 16/9 equals 180 times 9/16, or 45 times 9/4, which equals 101 1/4. You would need 102 tiles, or exactly 101 1/4 tiles to cover the floor. Number 3. A television screen has a length of 16 1/2 inches, width W inches, and area 462 square inches. Select all equations that represent the relationship of the side lengths and the area of the television. We'll be looking for a width times length equals area, a length times width equals area, or area divided by width equals length, and area divided by length equals width. B. 16 1/2 times width equals 462. C. 462 divided by 16 1/2 equals W. D. 462 divided by W equals 16 1/2. Number 4. The area of a rectangle is 17 1/2 inches squared, and its shorter side is 3 1/2 inches. Draw a diagram that shows this information. What is the length of the longer side? Inside represents the area, 17 1/2 inches squared. Its shorter side is 3 1/2 inches. 17 1/2 divided by 3 1/2 is the same as 35 halves divided by 7 halves, and that equals 5. That was easy to do because the common denominators were the same. Both fractions had a 2 at the bottom, so 35 divided by 7 is 5. Or we could have done 35 halves times 2 over 7, which is also equal to 5. The longer side length is 5 inches. Number 5. A bookshelf is 42 inches long. A. How many books of length 1 1/2 inches will fit on the bookshelf? Explain your reasoning. This represents the length of a 42-inch bookshelf. On the top, I have 1 1/2 inch long books times what number equals 42 inches, or 42 inches divided by 1 1/2 inch long books equals what number? The easiest one would be 42 divided by 3 halves equals, that would be the same as 42 times 2/3 equals 84/3. And of course, 84/3 is the same as 84 divided by 3, which is 28. 28 books would fit on the bookshelf. B. A bookcase has 5 of these bookshelves. How many feet of shelf space is there? Explain your reasoning. 42 inches equals how many feet? 42 inches divided by 12 inches, since there's 12 inches in 1 foot. That gives me 3 1/2 feet. The bookshelf's length is 3 1/2 feet. Now multiply 3 1/2 feet times 5. That's the same as multiplying 7 halves times 5. 7 halves times 5 is 35 halves. which is the same as 35 divided by 2, and 35 divided by 2 equals 17.5. 5 bookshelves would have 17.5 feet of shelf space. Number 6, find the value of 5 over 32 divided by 25 over 4. Show your reasoning. 5 over 32 divided by 25 over 4 is the same as 5 over 32 times 4 over 25. Now I notice that this can be simplified. 5 divided by 5 is 1, and 25 divided by 5 is 5. 4 divided by 4 is 1, and 32 divided by 4 is 8. Now multiply straight across. 1 times 1 is 1. 8 times 5 is 40. The value of 5 over 32 divided by 25/4 is 1/40. Number 7. How many groups of 1 2/3 are in each of the following quantities? A. 1 5/6. That would be 1 5/6 divided by 1 2/3 equals what number? I can rewrite that as 11/6 divided by 5/3 equals what number? 11/6 divided by 5/3 is the same as 11/6 times 3/5. Again, I can simplify. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Multiply straight across. 11 times 1 is 11. 2 times 5 is 10, which equals 11/10 or 1 1/10. 1 2/3 goes into 1 5/6, exactly 1 1/10 times. B. How many groups of 1 2/3 are in 4 1/3? 4 1/3 divided by 1 2/3 equals what number? That's the same as 13/3 divided by 5/3. 13/3 divided by 5/3 can be rewritten as 13/3 times 3/5. Again, here I notice I can simplify. 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 3 divided by 3 is 1. 13 times 1 is 13, and 1 times 5 is 5. So I get 13/5. And as you know, 13/5 is the same as 13 divided by 5, which equals 2 3/5. 1 2/3 goes in 4 1/3 exactly 2 3/5 times. C. How many groups of 1 2/3 are in 5/6? 5/6 divided by 1 2/3 equals what number? That could be rewritten as 5/6 divided by 5/3, which is the same as 5/6 times 3/5. I can simplify. 3 goes into 3 once. 3 goes into 6 twice. 5 goes into 5 once. 5 goes into 5 once. Now I multiply straight across. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 1 is 2. And that equals 1/2. 1 2/3 goes in 5/6 exactly 1/2 times, or just halfway. Number 8. It takes 1 1/4 minutes to fill a 3-gallon bucket of water with a hose. At this rate, how long does it take to fill a 50-gallon tub? If you get stuck, consider using the table. There's a lot of ways to do this problem, but I decided to convert the minutes into seconds. So 1 minute equals 60 seconds, and the 1/4 of a minute equals 15 seconds. So my conversion tells me that 1 1/4 minute equals 75 seconds. Now I've rewritten the information to help me answer the question. It takes 75 seconds to fill 3 gallons. I've decided to make a table. On the left column it shows seconds. On the right column it shows gallons. Right now it shows that it takes 75 seconds to fill up 3 gallons. What I'd like to do is figure out how many seconds it would take to fill up 1 gallon. So 3 gallons divided by 3 equals 1. Since I've made the right-hand column 3 times smaller, I'll also have to make the left-hand column 3 times smaller. 75 divided by 3 is 25. Now I know that it takes 25 seconds to fill 1 gallon. They asked the question, how much time does it take to fill 50 gallons? So I need to make sure that this number on the right-hand column is a 50. I'm able to multiply the 1 times 50 to make 50, and now I need to do the same thing on the left-hand side. 25 times 50 gives me 1,250. We're not done yet. but we do know that to fill 50 gallons, it's going to take 1,250 seconds. Since the question asked how many minutes, we need to change the seconds back to minutes. Since there are 60 seconds in a minute, we will find out how many groups of 60 are in 1,250. 1,250 divided by 60, which equals, in decimal value, 20 and 83 hundredths with the 3 repeating, or as a fraction, 125 sixths. At this rate, it will take 20 and 83 hundredths minutes to fill a 50-gallon tub. Congratulations! You have completed Unit 4, Lesson 13, Rectangles with Fractional Side Lengths.